Hey y'all! There's been a bit of buzz around inZOI's use of AI within the game, and most specifically, generative AI, and if it's being ethically sourced. Krafton has been listening to our concerns as usual and have addressed this recently, and we'll cover that in this video. Not just that, let's also look at just what the AI can actually do in this game at this point in inZOI's early stage of development. So let's dive right in. Starting off with the 3D printing feature. I was pretty stoked when I first saw that we were getting this capability. The clip you're seeing now was recently released from a presentation CAZ, the director and creator of inZOI, did at Gamescom this past August. Now, I just recently did a video where I said not much came out of Gamescom, at least for those of us that didn't go in person and were just watching what we could online. So CAZ's making me eat my words here. Because I'm really appreciative that he did post this presentation because it's a really good one. I'll include the link in the description box because this presentation, well, any presentation or interview CAZ gives, you can't help but completely get won over by the guy with his sincerity and humbleness that he exhibits. I always enjoy hearing him talk about the game and why he's so passionate in creating it. So I encourage you to go give it a watch, give it a thumbs up, and some love in the comments section if you find it enjoyable too. In any case, you've been seeing here on the screen some examples of things you can create with a 3D printer. Oh, and CAZ even mentioned in this interview that they plan to make the objects interactable in the future, so that's super exciting. I'm intrigued to find out in what ways he plans to make it interactable, because you could do a lot with that, I think. I'll also showcase a few examples of this from the current playtesters that experimented with the 3D printer. I mean, you could get so creative with this feature. You can create custom and unique decor pieces with this. Something personable to you for your own gameplay that no one else would have. This is just so much fun. All you need is a photo of an object. It does create some rather wonky pieces sometimes, I will admit, but I'm sure this, as well as many other aspects of this developing game, is only going to refine with time. Here's another example from another player. It's also worth noting if you intend to take a photo of, say, an object in your room to put in-game, it's best to capture it straight on and not from an angle, as it might look a little bit weird or off when placing it on a flat surface, for example. But this is just such a cool addition to a game that I'm sure no one ever asked for or thought to ask for. Something many of us wanted, but we just never knew it. And we could just use it in so many ways, as you see here. By the way, I love this car. So yeah, I just can't wait to see how 3D printing progresses in the future. But moving on to AI for custom patterns and textures on nails, clothing, and furniture. Again, this gives us endless possibilities with fashion for our ZOIs. I'm really excited for this feature. You can have the exact same plain base t-shirt, but create endless different shirts with it, different logos, different designs, anything really. That's just one example. You can do this for any clothing piece. You can upload your own photo to use as well. You just click on the file icon and select the file from your computer and then position it in any way you like on the clothing item. You can see Matamorph here used his own logo of the pink bear to apply to several shirts to create a unique and personable look for him. Now if you decide to try out the generative AI, you have even more options. If you're strategic with the prompts, you can get some really neat results. You can do all this in the build mode as well. We can create so many houses, each one with a completely different style and look. I really think players that love building and decorating are going to love this feature. Gronk, I think it's pronounced, Gronk here typed a rather very unique, very specific prompt to get this nightmare fuel wallpaper. We've been given the tools to make tiled images or enlarge it and position it how you'd like. You know, if you enjoy having a creepy stone statue watching over you as you sleep. Totally normal. You can create any pattern wallpaper, you can create any look for doors, window frames, patterns on sofas, chairs, bedspreads, I mean, you name it. There's really no lacking in this department for decorating. You can just let your imagination go wild. I think I especially love that we can create any kind of wall art. to me, you can never have enough portraits, posters, canvas art. I'm really excited to get to play with this feature. You can again upload your own images as well to use as art. Here again, Madmorph is using his Pink Bear logo to create wall art for his ZOI's house. Again, depending on how good your prompts are, you can get some really neat art generated for decor or furniture. But let's finally talk a bit about the controversy with generative AI and why some of you have expressed you refuse to even play the game because of it. Where is the AI pulling the images from for our use? Is it stealing it from the internet, from artists that have no idea that their artwork is being used like this? Now, Krafton has an entire division with teams dedicated to AI. It's called the Deep Learning Division, and it's a little over 2 years old. Here is a blurb on ethics, straight from the Krafton AI official website. So pointing out some highlights here, they're establishing a step-by-step procedure including an AI ethics checklist in order to carefully examine potential AI ethics issues. You can also read here that they have established the Krafton AI Ethics Committee, which was launched to facilitate ongoing discussion and debate on AI ethics issues. This committee was established April of 2023. And it's a well-rounded committee with members voluntarily participating from various departments within Krafton. They hold regular roundtable discussions to establish guidelines and codes of conduct and monitor compliance. They mention they aim to prevent potential problems in advance, also stating that they will continue to collaborate with internal and external experts to actively respond to AI ethics issues, ensuring their technology creates social value and achieves sustainable development. They also have listed 4 main principles that they adhere to. You could read through them here. So to me, it seems clear that they're going out of their way to ensure they don't break any copyright laws or infringe on others' works. K-Jun even mentioned during an interview when their team was trying to make Bliss Bay look exactly like Santa Monica Pier, that they had their legal teams make sure they were not violating any copyright material down to the very signs used on the shops, even the fonts that they were using for those signs. In fact, they ended up making their own custom fonts just to make sure. I think they're being as proactive as they can be, even setting up an entire AI ethics committee as I stated before, utilizing internal and external experts, and having an AI ethics checklist that they're using to ensure everything is done properly, step by step. And since the game has been getting so many questions recently concerning the AI used, they made this announcement on the inZOI Discord. We have seen that there are some discussions regarding the generative AI feature used in inZOI. We would like to inform you that inZOI is addressing AI features as follows. All AI features within inZOI utilize proprietary models developed by Krafton and are trained using solely company-owned and copyright issue-free assets and data. In addition, inZOI's AI capabilities are built into the client as on-device solutions and therefore do not make communications online with external servers. So reading that to me seems that their AI generates from some safe pool of data that's already been checked and approved as free of any copyright issues. And I imagine that pool of data will just continue to grow as time progresses. This way, I think it's safe to use it. I mean, feel free to comment down below if you think something's being missed here, but I think this sounds pretty safe to me. I also wanted to briefly address something related. I remember reading a comment on one of my videos, and I can't remember exactly how they put it, but it was essentially saying that they didn't like this game and they weren't going to play it because it was AI that was creating it and not actual people. Now that one made me a little sad because even though they might be using AI to speed up some aspects of game development, this is an actual group of people that have been working so hard on this game to try to keep to their promised early access release date. The clip you're seeing here is from an interview a couple months ago. K-Jun even wanted the interviewer here to come in with his camera crew and show all the people actively working on the game in the office. And he even later asked if you were a person interested in game development, especially RPG style or life sim games, to please consider applying to his team. That is not someone trying to get rid of jobs, but asking for more team members to join. And I saw the same urging, inviting to apply for a job with the company in an interview with the Krafton Deep Learning Division team members as well. Like in so many tech advancements and in so many different areas, there's going to be learning curves and a lot of getting just comfortable and used to things, and probably a lot of gray areas as well that we're just going to have to navigate and uncover as we go. I'm not saying everything is perfect, but they seem to be trying as much as possible to stay on the side of good. And like I said, these are actual people working hard on a project that they are passionate about. So let's try not to punish them because they're using a new technology, and let's try not to use blanket statements that we don't like something just simply because it's AI. We've come to a point in time where we're not going to be able to run away from AI. We're going to be seeing it in many more aspects of life. Yes, it can be weird, and yes, it absolutely can be unethical. So I'm glad many of you are speaking out against unethical AI, but let's also be cautious not to punish the people that are using it ethically, because that's not fair either. Because if we start doing that, companies might start to think it's darned if I do and darned if I don't, and they might not think it's worth the extra time and effort and employees they're paying to specifically guard ethics. And that's scary too. Well, with that heavy load aside, I hope you can give them a chance when it comes to AI when they've set up such a foundation for utilizing it ethically and are giving us so many tools to expand our gameplay with it. I think some aspects will take some getting used to, as I said before, but here we are. Into the future we must go together. Of course, if we do see things in the future that are questionable, we should say something. I'm not asking for complete silence, just a little bit of receptiveness and not completely dismissing a game just because it's using AI and you're assuming it's being used unethically. I really don't think Krafton wants to do that. I mean, think about it. They know they can lose far more doing it the wrong way. Well, friend, I hope you're interested, excited for what's to come with this game. I know I am. inZOI is so far still on track. Somehow, I don't know how, even with all the additional work that was needed for the added features we requested. So that's still late 2024. My guess from a marketing standpoint would be late November to coincide with the busiest sales time, Thanksgiving, Black Friday timeframe. But I guess we shall find out soon. So definitely consider subscribing and stay tuned for more inZOI news and content. And hey, please don't forget to give the video a like if you don't mind. It helps my small channel out more than you know. And I hope you have a beautiful day or night depending on where you are on this marvelous earth. And as always, friend, enjoy!